Thank you, Congressman Torres, Madam Speaker. It is indeed my honor to stand in these chambers tonight to speak up, to speak out about voting rights, voter suppression, fighting back, disenfranchised, Section 4, Section 5, Section 2, all of which you will hear about tonight. We are here as members of the Congressional Black Caucus because we want to make sure that all of our colleagues hear our story, a story that they too should know so well. The story of a lady by the name of Fannie Lou Hamer, a civil rights activist who didn't even know that she could have had the right to vote, from Mississippi. Recently, her granddaughter told that story. And as I read that and thought about how she dedicated her life to voting rights, fast forward, think about our beloved friend, colleague, mentor, the late Congressman John Lewis, who stood on this floor at this microphone and told us his story, told us about that day when he was crossing the Edmund Pettus Bridge, what it felt like, dogs, hose, police officers, knocked down and could have died. But the story ends with a good message, because he would have done it all over again. He told us, if you see something, say something. He reminded us that it's our role to get in good trouble. So tonight, we want our colleagues, and especially those on the other side of the aisle, to know that this is one of our top priorities. We want them to know that 4 times Republican presidents reauthorized the Voting Rights Act. We want our colleagues in the Senate to know this should not be something that we're fighting over. This is something that we should be honoring and celebrating. So as we gather here in the sacred chambers on the floor of the People's House to discuss voting rights in America, to amplify our power, our message, and to boldly announce that we're not going to let the clock be turned back. So let me end by saying, on behalf of the members of the Congressional Black Caucus, that this is something that we're asking all of our colleagues to join in and help us make sure that we can proudly say that we are reauthorizing the Voting Rights Act. I close by saying the CBC will do everything in our power to defend the right to vote. We are prepared to work overtime. We are prepared to go what I like to call old school. Stand up and make some noise. March, protest, and yes, even get arrested. I remember that day clearly. Fighting, marching, protesting. I thought of Fannie Lou Hamer. I thought of John Lewis and so many other soldiers, pioneers. I stand on their shoulders. Tonight, I ask us, let's stand together. Thank you, and I yield back.